Hello everybody and welcome back to a new video. I am Pat from Pat's Path Predictor, and this video is going to go over the days 2 through 4 outlook. We already did the day 1 outlook where there was a moderate risk issued, so we're not going to be covering that as there's no really new updates that are going out. There's no real big changes there. So we're going to go ahead and talk about the days 2 through 4 outlook because days 3 and 4 look pretty interesting for severe weather as well. This is going to be a very busy week for severe weather, so we're going to be covering it all at Pat's Path Predictor. Be sure to subscribe and like the video. And with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into it. Alright, so this is the situation. Okay, yeah. Alright. Okay. That's, alright, okay, I just had to fix a few things, but, alright. That's the situation we have right here. So as you can see, we have a slight risk for day 2 from Kentucky all the way up to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Marginal risk from Mississippi all the way up to Erie, Pennsylvania. So we'll be going over some of this. This isn't too bad compared to other stuff, but yeah, the tornado threat's only at 2%. From this area. The wind threat's the largest threat out of this. It's at 15%, which means we could see a little bit of severe weather, some scattered severe weather here and there, but shouldn't be too bad in this area. The hail threat is at 5%, so it shouldn't be too terrible either. So, yeah, let's go ahead and take care of this. Alright, there is a slight risk for severe thunderstorms for parts of Kentucky and northeastern to western Pennsylvania. Summary. A severe threat is possible Tuesday, mainly for Kentucky across Ohio into western Pennsylvania. A few strong storms are also expected in southern Virginia and northern North Carolina, which, by the way, got hit by quite a bit of severe thunderstorms yesterday, so, yeah, let's hope it doesn't get too bad. It probably won't because they're only under a marginal risk, but it should be alright, nevertheless. Synopsis. On Tuesday, a shortwave trough will move quickly through the Ohio Valley into the northeast with mid-level winds increasing to 40 to 50 knots with gradual height falls. Meanwhile, low pressure will move into Indiana and Ohio during the afternoon, across western New York overnight. This front will extend west-southwest from the low and move very slowly across the Ohio Valley. Ahead of the cold front, a plume of 60 degrees Fahrenheit dew points will stream northeast out of the Tennessee and Kentucky into Ohio and western Pennsylvania, contributing to destabilization. East of the Appalachians, a weak warm front will lift north across northern North Carolina into Virginia, with 60 degrees dew points and heating resulting in unstable air mass. So I want to take a look at this real quickly. Okay, this is the NWS. I want to take a look at the models very quickly. So, let's take a look at the HER model for the Mid-Atlantic right here. The 18Z's still going. Let's go ahead and do the 15Z for the RAP model. I want to take a look at the Cape first. So this is the Cape. We're going to be seeing it coming up. And as you can see, this is for day 2. This is for day 2 right here. And that Cape in parts of Kentucky can cracks 2,000 in some areas. The Cape in North Carolina and Virginia can crack 2,900 in some areas. So, yeah. Otherwise, the Cape is around 1,000, few hundred into Pennsylvania. So, yeah, that's what's going on. Let's go ahead and take a look at the dew point temperatures as well. So, yeah, we're seeing some very moist air flowing into North Carolina and Virginia, as well as some moist air going into all the way up towards Lake Erie right there. So, yeah, that's what's going on right here. Let's take a look at the temperatures. So, yeah, this is nearly saturated right here. This is nearly saturated. We're seeing close to 95% humidity. So, yeah, I thought I'd share that very quickly. Let's go ahead and talk about Ohio into western Pennsylvania. Elevated storms are likely Tuesday morning across parts of Indiana and Ohio in a warm advection regime, but heating will occur behind this, resulting. Okay, we just covered that with the Cape. Additionally, storms are likely to form along the Indiana front across Indiana and Kentucky, with other storms possibly forming farther east from Ohio into western Pennsylvania, where warm advection will remain in the afternoon. Deep layer shear will favor both hail and wind. I don't know what is going on, but yeah, hail and wind. But increased SRH from eastern Ohio into Pennsylvania and West Virginia may yield a few supercells, conditional on surface-based air mass being uncapped near the warm front. As a result, we have expanded the slight risk area into Pennsylvania. I'm not going to read the Virginia and North Carolina one because I kind of just covered that with the Cape and all that. So, yeah, that's basically what's going on for day 2. Day 3, let's go ahead and take a look at this. This is an area of interest right here. Day 3, there's an enhanced risk for most of Oklahoma, including Tulsa, Oklahoma City, Norman, and Fort Sill. to parts of Texas as well. Slight risk from Albany, Texas, all the way close to Springfield, Missouri. Marginal risk everywhere else right here. Generic thunderstorms are across the deep south and everything. So yeah, the area affected in this enhanced risk is close to 3 million right here. Includes Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Norman, Lawton, and Broken Arrow. Some of those areas are getting affected today by that moderate risk, so everyone needs to stay safe for today. Day 3, we could see another round of severe thunderstorms. The probabilistic, look at this, 30% with a hatched area, which means there is a 30% risk of severe thunderstorms, significant severe thunderstorms within 25 miles from point. When I mean significant severe, I mean EF2 to EF5 tornadoes, 2-inch hail or more, or 75-mile-per-hour winds. So that's significant severe right there. So let's go ahead and read some of the let's go ahead and read the summary right here. Summary: the severe thunderstorms with large hail, damaging winds, and some tornadoes will be likely Wednesday afternoon and evening across the southern plains, extending northeast into the western Ozarks. Very large hail will be likely, and strong tornadoes will be possible. Southern and central plains into the western Ozarks. We're gonna go ahead and read this right here. This is pretty much all that is. We'll go ahead and look at the SPC with that as well. So, yeah, let's just do that. All right. An upper level low will move across the central Rockies on Wednesday. Cyclonic divergent southwesterly mid-level flow remains over the southern and central plains. A 50 to 65 knot mid-level jet initially in the base of the trough will eject northeastward across the southern plains, creating strong deep layer shear favorable of severe storms. At the surface, a cold front will advance southward across the southern and central high plains as a low deepens across the Texas Panhandle. Strong moisture advection will take place across the southern plains. Surface dew points should be in the mid to upper 60s Fahrenheit for much of North Texas and Oklahoma. This will result in moderate to strong instability from West Texas into northeastward into the western central Oklahoma by the afternoon. Thunderstorms first expected to initiate in the late afternoon to the east of the dry line into eastern Texas Panhandle. Additional storms should form eastward across the moist sector and western central Oklahoma, where a baroclinic zone will exist. As cell coverage increases during the late afternoon and early evening, several severe storm clusters are expected to organize and move eastward across northwest Texas and Oklahoma. Considering parameter space near and to the east of the dry line, the NAM forecast is sounding near Childress at 0Z Thursday is very favorable for supercells with large hail. The Cape is forecast to be already near 3,000 joules per kilogram with 0 to 6 kilometer shear in the 50 to 55 knot range. That's both of those are not good. We're seeing a Cape at 3,000, and we're seeing shear at 50 to 55 knots, which is perfect for tornadoes, keep in mind. Let's go ahead and take a look at the NAM. We're going to head back to the southern plains, so right here. So let's go ahead and do the convective Cape right here, surface-based Cape. So already, this is 2 days out right here. We're seeing areas in parts of Texas and Oklahoma, and this is just one model. We're already cracking 3,000 in a lot of these areas right here. So, yeah, let's take a look at the NAMEST. Same situation right here. This is basically by 6 p.m. right here, and this is 3,700 joules per kilogram in parts of Oklahoma, cracking 4,000 according to the NAMEST. The GEM. Okay, we'll have to move this down here. Okay, it's not working for some reason. All right, let's go ahead and move this here. Okay, never mind. This isn't working. Let's go back to the NAM and just do this. Okay, let's go to the GFS because let's go to the all right. Yeah, the GFS. Let's look at the Cape for that. It's taken a while to load, so please excuse that. So this is for today. Let's see, for day 3. Okay, this is it right here. It has around 2,000, but this is another model right here. The NAM has it at around 3,000, so I'll be keeping an eye on it. Let's actually go back to this and basically just do that. Let's go ahead and look at the dew point temperature. Already, this is 2 days out, ladies and gentlemen. We're seeing areas into the lower 70s and upper 60s right here. So let's go ahead and take a look at the temperature. This is nearly saturated. Would be nearly saturated if this model is correct. This would be nearly saturated. So perfect environment for severe weather, let's be honest. So Let's continue that. 500 to 700 millibar lapse rates. Okay, this thing just updated. Are forecast to be extreme, approaching 9 degrees Celsius per kilometer along the dry line in northwest Texas. Supercells that intensify in this thermodynamic environment will likely produce very large hailstone, greater than 2 inches in diameter. Some tornadoes could occur along the dry line as well as in the eastern Texas Panhandle and southward into the low rolling plains. Further to the east and western central Oklahoma, a high-end parameter of space is forecast for late Wednesday afternoon. The NAM is forecasting soundings at Oklahoma City for 0C Thursday has a cape near 2,800 joules per kilogram with 0 to 6 kilometer shear around 55 knots and a 700 to 500 millibar lapse rates at 8.5 Celsius per kilometer. This will again be very favorable for supercells, which will likely be with large hail. Hailstones will be greater than 2 inches in diameter. Will likely be the more intense supercells. 0 to 3 storm relative helicity is forecast to increase into the 300 to 350 meters squared per second squared range during the early evening. This will make tornadoes possible in the more dominant supercells, especially to the north and west of the low-level jet from in central and western Oklahoma. A strong tornado or two will be possible in this environment. I repeat. A strong tornado or two will be possible in this environment. So, my thinking is that they might just issue a moderate risk at the end of the day at this rate. And there's wording that says a strong tornado or two is going to be possible. So, that's not good. And let's hope what happens today in Oklahoma does not cause really bad stuff to happen, because everyone, even if this does happen today, everyone needs to stay in high alert for this. So everyone needs to take it seriously. It's the peak of severe weather and tornado season. Thunderstorms are expected to continue into the mid and late evening, moving east-northeastward across eastern Oklahoma and into the western Ozarks. Supercells and Boeing lightning segments will be possible with isolated large hail and wind damage. The threat could persist into the early evening period. So that's basically day 3 right here. The last thing we're going to take a look at is day 4. And look at this. There is already now a 30% risk of severe weather in the Mississippi Mississippi Valley, from the Missouri boot heel down to Louisiana and Mississippi. So we got to pay attention to that. We're going to go ahead and read the summary for this. Day 4, day 6 right here. This is for day 4, which is Thursday. So an upper level trough will move eastward and eastward into the western Ozarks and Arklatex on Thursday as an associated cold front advances southward into the same area. I think they meant as an associated cold front, not an associated cold front. So SBC made a mistake there. Ahead of the front, a moist and unstable air mass is forecast across the lower and mid-Mississippi Valley, where surface dew points in the 60s should contribute to moderate instability by the afternoon. During the day, thunderstorms are likely to develop along the front and eastward across the moist sector. A mid-level jet associated with the upper-level trough will create moderate to strong deep layer shear favorable for severe storms. Large hail, damaging winds, and some tornadoes can be expected during the afternoon and evening. A 30% contour has been added where parameters are most favorable, from eastern Arkansas into the northwest Mississippi and far western Tennessee. We're not going to read all of this, the rest of this right here, because the predictability is too low and it's too far out. So, yeah, we're looking at dew points with good instability in the afternoon. I want to see if the NAM can go that far out. Let's go to the southeast, right? Okay, there we go. Let's see what the Cape's going to be like if this can go that far out. It turns out it can, and yeah, it looks like by 18Z, 21Z, we're already 3 days out, looking at an average around 2,000 to 3,000 joules per kilogram of CAPE in this area. So everyone needs to take this seriously. Keep an eye on the weather as the situation develops. I will continue to update you guys. I want to take a look at the dew points real quickly, just to see how they're doing. Okay, we're seeing areas of mid to 60s to lower 70s dew points right here. That's a pretty moist air environment right there. If we take a look at the temperature, that matches that. Although the temperature and the moisture, although the humidity here is going to be in the lower to mid 80s% right here, the more favorable environment is generally in this area, where the humidity in some areas cracks the 90 percentile range. So yeah, that's basically the situation we have right here. that's the days 2 through 4 outlook. I'll be keeping an eye on what happens today in Oklahoma. I hope that worse doesn't happen, and same thing for day 3. And with that being said, that is going to wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Once again, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. It helps me out and helps me make more videos like these. It also helps inform more of the public, and the goal is to get them more involved with weather. And with that being said, guys, have a wonderful day. Stay safe.